One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. All the action is Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska is changing, and the decisions we make today will define what's next. The Nebraska Chamber Foundation has uncovered powerful insights about our state's strengths and opportunities. But this data only matters when it leads to action. That's why we've launched Go Big Future, a campaign to put these insights into the hands of leaders, communities, and decision makers across this great state. Our future won't just happen by accident. We must build it together. Visit gobigfuture.com to learn more.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
Happy Monday, everybody. This is Nick Wyman with your sports update. After capturing the 2026 Big Ten Softball Conference Tournament title, the Nebraska softball team enters regional play as the number 4 overall seed in the country. Nebraska will open tournament play against South Dakota at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Friday, May 15th. The game will be streamed on ESPN+. The NFL announced Monday that the New York Giants will host the Dallas Cowboys on September 13th in the first Sunday night football game of the 2026 campaign. It'll mark the 8th time since 2012 that the NFC East rivals will square off in the season opener. The Cowboys have won 6 of their past 7 Week 1 games against the Giants. The Nebraska baseball team caps off regular season play this week with 4 road games. The Cornhuskers remain in-state but travels up to Omaha for its final clash with Creighton on Tuesday night. The first pitch is set for 6 p.m. Central Time that evening. Following that game with the Blue Jays, Nebraska wraps up regular season play on the road in a 3-game set against Minnesota starting on Thursday. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Strap up your headgear and lock in on Husker Wrestling. This is All In on 93.7 The Ticket with 2-time All-American Caleb Smith.
Caleb Smith looking to end this one with a fall at 125. And Smith able to rock back. Now he's got him tights, and he gets the fall.
Caleb Smith enjoying himself here. He will get the 2-0 victory. Avenges his loss from earlier in the year, and that is his 100th career victory. Congratulations, Caleb Smith.
And 2025 national champion Ridge Lovett.
But notice, Ridge elevates his head.
He's using his head.
He's using his forehead.
Oh, my goodness.
And hips up.
Short time.
Right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
All In with Ridge Lovett and Caleb Smith is sponsored by Red Zone Bar and Grill. Here are your hosts of All In, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome to All In on 93.7 Ticket. Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith. And before we go too far, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and frosty drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer for your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. That's all at Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill right next to Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street. Yeah, and then once you get done at good old Red Zone, you're craving something sweet.
Warm and unforgettable, Insomnia Cookie has you covered. Head to Insomnia Cookie and get deluxe cookies, ice cream cookie sandwiches, or even brownies. Insomnia Cookie has anything and everything you need, whether it's for a holiday get together, office celebration, or even just a late night snack. Head down to Insomnia Cookie, located in downtown Lincoln at 16th and Q.
Solid ad, Reed. You finished strong.
I did.
Finished strong.
You're doing. He's pretty much
I'm
got it
rebounding.
down.
Yeah, you good. Finish strong. I liked it. You two, obviously, if you'd love to join the conversation, Ridge Lovett and Caleb Smith in here, 9317 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. If you'd love to be part of the conversation, 402-464-5685, the Starter Haven Toolers text line, or if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Allo Channel 961. Gentlemen, a lot to get into personally for you two. You guys just got back this past weekend. Pretty big event for you guys. I'll let you guys, the stage is all yours. It's your guys' show. You guys can explain everything, what the league is like. Stage is yours.
So basically, we had the Pan American Championships this past weekend, which is our continental championship. I think there was 18 countries there that had wrestlers wrestling actively. So it's all of North America. Canada's there, obviously.
Yeah, all
Canada
countries.
was sick, by the way.
North, South America,
North, South America,
Argentina,
Central America,
all the way up to Canada.
Yep.
Countries scattered all about. It was fun. Yeah, Caleb got us going early. When did you go out there?
I went out there on Wednesday. I got there 4 days early, wrestled on Saturday. And basically the tournament, what happens is everybody sends their best wrestler of their country. And obviously we sent ours. Ridge Lovett and Liam Cronin got the job done, winning both gold this weekend, representing the RTC in the right way. And it was a lot of fun to watch you guys. And just honestly, like seeing the other countries compete and seeing their chants and some of their fans, Canada's fans were insane.
They were about it.
These
kids were about it.
It was like we were at like a soccer game the way they were cheering. It was sick. It was awesome.
They have like chants or something? Or?
Yeah, they do. I didn't. It was funny, and they had like little kids cheering too. It was cool.
So it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it wasn't too
packed.
full, so it was like chill, but it was fun at the same time because it's been a while since I've wrestled kids like internationally outside of the one match in Albania. So it was cool getting to talk to those guys a little bit, like because it's different. You know, in the past it's always been in one of the South American countries, or they keep it usually pretty central, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mexico.
It depends. It bounces from place to place for
I think last year was in Peru.
Yep.
So being able to have it in Iowa City this year, you know, just a quick drive over. And while we're there, baseball's BTA, love that. Love the
15 to
Huskers.
11 was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sweeping the Hawks on the weekend while I'm in Iowa City.
Softball too.
Softball
too.
got
Oh,
done.
Softball's
I was here
crazy.
Saturday when they won the Big Ten. Go down early in that one, but I feel like that's been a trend of theirs. And then Friday, 5:30, they're playing South Dakota. Should be a fun one because South Dakota has a lot of local talent. I think 7 players who have played high school softball here in the state. So it should be fun. It should be a rowdy atmosphere. Louisville on the other side, Grand Canyon. They usually have really good fans across their sports as well. So we're in the end of May, mid-May coming up this weekend, but exciting times continues to flourish in Husker Nation, not only in wrestling with you guys out there, Nebraska, you mentioned Liam Cronin also out there doing his thing, but that's a pretty good representation like you mentioned.
Yeah, and Mikey Labs was out there as well. Him and
Yes.
Caleb were both representing Puerto Rico, both of them silver. So, 4 Huskers go to the tournament, 4 of them bring back medals, 2 golds, 2 silvers. That's the type of production we're looking for. It was good.
And don't forget 2 team trophies.
2 team
Top
trophies. Yeah.
So
Across the board.
America won, Puerto Rico, we got second. This is the first time in history of the federation that we've gotten this high at Pan American Championship. So really excited, turn a new leaf. And, it seems like Puerto Rico is going to be able to compete with a lot of these countries here soon. And I'm just excited to be a part of it. special.
With that with Puerto Rico, is it just there's a lot more wrestlers from out there? It's a sport that's growing in that area because I know it's a big baseball country. They really love their baseball. A lot of baseball products coming out of there. You think the sport's just taking off down in Puerto Rico? Is that one of the reasons you think?
For sure, and I mean it also helps that Puerto Ricans are also Americans, so they have dual citizenship.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot of people often forget that. They think that they're just on some random island that they have no clue where it's at, but little do they know that they're American citizens. It's beautiful, and so that helps a lot. Having ancestry there also helps, but I would say that the past Olympic cycle, having 3 Olympians and having one of them get a medal, and even in the past couple of world championships being in those medal matches, it's really started to put the belief into this team that they can achieve great things and win medals, because it hasn't been done as often as it has in other countries like America or Russia or Iran.
So being down there, you two obviously just talk about it from your own standpoints. Walk me through the week. Obviously, Caleb, you said you got there earlier during the week, but walk me through your guys' matches. Obviously, you guys both left with medals. I got a text yesterday. What was it? What time is this at? I got to check the receipts on this. It was yesterday at 7:20. I'm sitting around, on a Sunday, just enjoying my Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I wasn't here yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to my mom and all everybody about that. Without you, none of it's possible. So I'll give a shout out to my mom with that. But I got a text yesterday, and I was like, oh, they texted me like, they're going to be here. Some flights must have happened, because that's usually what happens on a Sunday. And I get a text, and I see it to you, and you're like, oh, there you go. We got something to talk about. Yeah, I mean, we had something to talk about regardless of what was going to happen, because I knew you two were heading down there just down the road to Iowa. But to leave with medals, I mean, and Ridge, I saw, some highlights. You had some pretty dominant display across the entire tournament.
Yeah,
I would say.
We were getting after it. I went out on Friday, so quick drive. USA, they didn't need us there as early as Caleb needed to be there. He wrestled on Saturday. I wrestled on Sunday. So we took off on Friday after our workout. Me and Liam drove over. Saturday, we got to go in the new Iowa wrestling facility, and it's pretty freaking cool. Everything there is brand new, and so when we dueled them, we used their old wrestling room, and no one was allowed to go in or see what their new stuff looked like. But they opened the doors up to Team USA, so we appreciate them for that. Getting to go in there, I think they have 6 mats in their wrestling room. Ginormous sauna. You could probably fit 40 or 50 people in it. It was massive. Yeah, let us go in the new locker room, change our clothes, use their showers. They were awesome hosts. They really helped us out, and it was right down the street from the hotel. So we got to go in there, got our weight off Saturday morning. I got down to weight, then ate, drank back up a little bit, and then when we were watching the finals matches, me and Liam got the rest of our weight off Saturday night. Then Sunday morning, wake up, weigh in, was able to go back to the hotel, get breakfast, and then go, start doing my thing. First round, I had a kid from Canada. Went out, I got a takedown, and then I got one more takedown in 2 turns, maybe. Yeah, I had 2 takedowns in 2 turns, and then I hit him with an arm spin to end it. So it was good. I was getting I was messing around with some of the more freestylish throws, moves, scoring points with that. Second match, kid from Mexico. I was 1 takedown, got to work on top, got a bunch of turns, ended that one. Then I was supposed to wrestle the kid from Argentina, but he
blew his knee out.
He blew his knee out on the finals match of his pool, because I was in a round robin.
Mm-hmm.
So there was only 6 of us, so they put 3 of us on the top, 3 of us on the bottom, then did a cross bracket in the middle.
Yep.
And he was the number 2 on their side, but he blew his knee out in his last match. So I got a forfeit in the semis, and then in the finals, I wrestled Caleb's teammate and
Victor,
and I went out there and kind of got to some of my more folk style techniques. Got a takedown quick.
Nice.
Yeah, then got a bar and got a couple turns, finished it up with a pin. So 2 techs and a pin on the day. I wish I would have got the semis match. I would have liked to have one more, but we were wrestling good. I think 2.5 minutes of total match time, 3 minutes of match time. It was good.
Pretty quick. Get in and get out.
Yeah.
Get in and get out.
We were flowing. We were feeling good.
That finals match, I mean, to win, in such a dominant fashion, I mean, did you I mean, you obviously want to win, but did you expect that kind of display throughout the entire tournament? Because I think a lot of people caught the eyes of Ridge Lovett. I mean, people know who you are walking in there, but, being like, wow. Well, I mean, he came in here and cleaned house.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to kind of come out and beat these dudes up. But that's kind of the expectation almost as USA at that tournament, is that we're going to go there and we're going to clean house. And, it's just making sure that I go out with a mentality that I'm ready to compete, like expect to fight, but, pushing to score points early, and like having the privilege of training in Nebraska and being in the US, like I get a lot of things that these dudes don't. So being able to really kind of, take advantage of everything that I have to prepare myself for this tournament and just go out there and, try to score as many points as I can.
What do you all know about Victor Soto Rivera before you get in the finals there? Like you said, you don't really scout. You said you don't really like.
It was hard to find like anything on them really, because all of them had like 2 or 3 tournaments on UWW.
Yep.
But like that was it. Like they didn't really have matches on Flow. Hard to find them on YouTube. So it was like I have no idea what I'm walking into.
How hard is that compared to college? Because college, everything in the book. You have the film. You can go back and look at the film on their last couple matches. You can figure. I could probably look in Nebraska and find something from you from college or in high school. I can find everything from there. How hard is it to prepare for a match? Obviously, where you're the round robin. You had the round robin tournament with you and 3 in there, and obviously throughout there. But how hard is it to prepare for a guy where you don't have a whole lot to know? It's kind of a question mark going into that match.
Yeah. I think it helps me a little bit because I don't really like to watch the matches, and just knowing that I know nothing about these kids, just go out there and don't even take a chance to figure out what kind of moves they're going to try. Don't let them dictate the pace, nothing. Just go out there and get after them right away. That was kind of like the headspace that I was in. Like we're going to go out and we're going to right to it immediately.
Caleb, the same thing for you, pretty much the same thing. Like you probably faced some guys you maybe knew, maybe you didn't know. What was kind of the mindset going out throughout the entire week?
I didn't really know any of my opponents other than the one in the finals. I guess I know of him and watched him.
Yep.
But I watched a couple matches. Like Rich said, there was a couple matches. The second guy I wrestled, he had to be like 6 feet tall. So I was a little intimidated because it was like, how did he make weight? He's way taller than me. Like I'm wrestling basically Ridge if he was a little skinnier. But it was fun, having a lot of fun. And like Ridge said, I kind of just told myself to try to start early and don't even try to find out what they got. I just wanted to score as many points, score 10 points per match. That was my goal. And really to hit 2 super ducks. I tried it almost every match. I didn't try it in the finals. I should have, but I had a lot of fun and I learned a lot. And I was just thankful that God put me in that opportunity to represent my country and be able to come away with not only an individual, but team medal as well.
Well, you mentioned learn about some things. What did you guys learn about not only yourself, but just in general from this event? Put you on the spot. Man, you mentioned it. You said I learned a lot. So what'd you learn?
Well, I learned that I know I can compete with anybody in the world, no matter how good or however many accomplishments they might have. That it doesn't matter. I think that I can wrestle with anybody, and I think whenever I'm focused on scoring points, that's usually what leads to success. Whenever I focus on winning and losing, I tend to lose, and that's a lesson that hurts to learn, and I'm learning it over and over because as a competitor, it's hard to not focus on winning and losing, especially in the finals. You get some bonuses. So it's different when you're wrestling for your career to provide for yourself. But at the same time, it's a privilege. And I also learned that wrestling's fun. I don't always have the most fun in practice. Training is hard. It's gruesome. We go so long without actually competing. But when you get a chance to compete, you got to go out there and just make the best of it. That's what I learned to do.
And obviously wrestling for different countries, but also to see, the Nebraska representation. We talked about it last week, just seeing, how much of an opportunity you guys have had throughout your, coming from high school, Caleb transferring in, also obviously coming to Nebraska, but the opportunity to represent Nebraska at this kind of level. And then Liam Crone, don't want to put words in his mouth, but to have one of his best days as a professional. I mean, look what he was able to do. And that's, not only just you two, but him as well across the board. I think that's really kind of special because you hear the stories, guys move on after, Nebraska and make a name for themselves, but you guys always are connected with Nebraska. I think that's maybe the biggest thing I take away from it because you have the social media still posting about you guys at even, a year removed from wrestling with them. What's it like to kind of have that same kind of connection, because they still treat you like family, even though you weren't on the team this year wrestling for them, competing, but you're still part of your journey.
Yeah. I was able to talk about it a little bit in my interview after the tournament, and what we're doing plays a factor in like landing the recruits that we've been doing. Like we've been doing work in the transfer portal, and part of it is the RTC guys seeing us, the success that we're having up on the world stage with me and James making it to Final X, Liam winning Pan Am gold, Caleb, Mikey, guys who have wrestled here being in the Pan Am Games finals. Like that's something that kids are thinking about when they're trying to pick their schools. Like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to wrestle here in college, but what if I want to keep wrestling after? So obviously we've had Jordan Burroughs, James Green, and there was a little bit of a drought in there for a little bit after them, but you know, we're filling in those cracks and we're getting back to competing for world teams. So with those are really the recruits that you want too, or guys that are trying to be the best in the world, not just trying to win NCAAs. So, you know, that's been playing a factor. So it's cool to kind of help with that part of it. And also, like, you know, the coaches are still with us like every step of the way. They're tailoring workouts for us. Coach Manning was able to corner me with the UWW rules. They were unable to corner Caleb because he's wrestling for a different country.
But they're still there.
But they were still there. They were sitting in the stands.
That's cool.
And giving me tips.
That's cool. That's cool.
It was awesome.
I saw there was one of your matches. Mark Manning didn't even get to sit down before the match was started, is what I heard.
Yeah, we were. That one was pretty quick. My second match, we got out there. We scored some points quick. I think that one was 28 seconds.
I saw some one of the outlets that was down there posted, said, "Oh, Mark Manning couldn't even find a seat before the end of the match," and they took a picture of Mark Manning kind of wandering to his chair before he even sit down. 91923 in our Sarah Heyman Jewelers text line says, "Caleb, tell me about no points scored until Dos Santos in your 11th stitches in your eye. We thought you lost your eye. When you turned around, all we saw was red."
Yeah, I took a shot and our heads collided. And
ouch.
I mean, honestly, it was kind of a blur to me. I didn't even think that. I know I got hit, but I didn't think I was bleeding until he verbally told me that I was bleeding, and he said it was pretty bad. And I was kind of just annoyed. I focused more on that than I did scoring points, obviously. So, you know, a little mental maturity, mental note that I got to take. But I'm an unfinished product, and that's something that our coaches always say. And another thing I want to talk about, like Rich said, with Mikey and all these other Huskers competing, once you're a Husker, you're always a Husker. And I found that to be true this weekend. And that's not only with the support that you have with our coaches and the relationships, but also the success that you have on the mat. I mean, all the Huskers killed it. They were top 2 in the Continental Championship. So it just speaks for itself that the culture we have and the continued success is lasting. So I'm only going to get better from here. Obviously, I didn't score any points, but it's not the end of the day.
Until the finals, you gave up 0.
I gave up 0, yeah. And this is only my second time at this weight class. So
you had what, 20? You scored 20?
I scored 30.
You were up 30-0 going into the finals. That's pretty good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting better. I just knocking off the rust. I'll be ready for world championships, and then we'll talk about how many points I scored.
So what's next for you guys after this? After this event here, the Pan Am Championships.
I have RAF in 19 days.
Yep, and that's coming out.
Countdown starting for that.
May 30th. May 30th.
Yeah.
Nerves and anything? Or are you just ready to get at it?
Yeah, this is stress free. All the focus is on Final X, so it's just kind of, you know, U.S. Open. We prepped hard for that, got ready, won that. Get to go to the Pan Am Games. So this is just one more, you know, stepping stone into RAF. Stepping stone to final goal is Final X. That's number one.
It's a cherry on top. Yeah. It's just a bonus added on.
But yeah, RAF is a cool spot to be. You know, we're gonna go down there in the Dallas, get to hang out for a couple days. Get to do a lot of that, a lot of social media stuff with gonna go into that. So that'll be fun. But goal is world team. RAF is just a side quest.
Before we go to break, 1923 chiming in for Caleb again. He said, we can include both of you in this conversation. What advice would you give to 8th grade you? I'll let one of you guys answer. We'll do both of them, and then we'll go to break. So right now, you're sitting here, you're staring at each other in the mirror. You can go back to 6th grade. 6th grade. This is like junior high. I know. When did you guys start wrestling? What age?
7th grade.
So like this is even so let's go 7th grade for you. Like you just started wrestling. Obviously, you probably take your lumps when you start. You're You're just kind of figuring out who you are, what you're doing. You're still growing. What do you say to your rookie self before you officially have the dreams of wrestling in college, even wrestling in high school?
I would tell myself to just be delusional and dream as big as you can, because I think that I'm going to hit it no matter what it is. So aim big. You're not going to miss that big. And as long as you keep focusing on the next best thing and focusing on getting better 1% every day, I think that you'll be fine.
Ridge?
For me, I think I would say stay confident and stay the course, right? Because at 8th grade, I started having success. I was pretty good, and I knew where my trajectory was going, but just stay the course and don't stay confident. Be confident. Never think that you're gonna lose, because that's when I've had some of my toughest performances, when I was going in there and confidence was a little shaky. I was like, oh, this kid's really good. That would be the advice I would give myself is no, we're the best. Go out there, just be amazing every time.
I guess one last thing I would say is delayed doesn't mean denied. It took me 13 years to make my first world team, to compete at my first Pan Am championships. And, my journey is a little bit different than somebody like Rich, who's been on world teams and competed overseas. But don't compare yourself to other people and just trust God, because at the end of the day, he has your best interest, and whatever he has planned is better than anything that I can plan.
Dream big and stay a course. That's some pretty good words of wisdom. You got me giving chills over here, just down the road over here. So we're going to take a break here. He's Ridge Lovett. He's Caleb Smith. Nick Wyman holding it down, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We'll continue the show after this break.
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
Life happens. Unexpected bills, tough choices. Your car needs repairs, but your child needs new shoes. What do you decide? At Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, they help families before small problems become breaking points. They connect parents to support so they can keep working, so kids stay secure, and so families stay together. Help Lincoln families thrive. Donate to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation through Give to Lincoln.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myInspartners.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
We have 2 boys, so we needed more space. We lived in a townhouse, so we decided to build.
Casey Bowman and her husband Joe built their first home with us. This is Bob Benish of Aspen Builders. Working with the Bowmans was fantastic.
And after the first meeting, we really liked them as people.
I was really skeptical about the whole building process, more so than Joe was. But they explained everything before it happened. If there were problems or issues along the way, they called and explained everything. They just really helped ease my mind.
They were really good about giving us options as far as what fit in the budget, what didn't fit in the budget. They have a designer, Rachel.
She was amazing. She was very helpful in making sure that our house turned out good. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the lot. I wouldn't change colors. I love everything about it. Everything. It's perfect for us.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a great spring it has been here. We've had record sales happening at Koppel. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is giving out employee pricing on select new models. Yes, you heard that right. Employee pricing is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. So please stop on in the store and see the team or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Some rebates to dealer.
Well, I'm an interior designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builders. She's one of the reasons that makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask people at the end, so what did you think? And usually they pause and they say, you know, you really broke it up, kept it simple. We just did one meeting at a time. So I wasn't looking at all the decisions I had to make. I had plenty of time to decide things. You walked me through it all. It made it simple.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to All In on 93.7 The Ticket with your hosts, Caleb Smith and Rich Lovett.
Welcome back. All In. Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith, Nick Wyman. Recapped the Pan Am games. Huskers finished with 2 golds, 2 silvers from 3 current Nebraska Wrestling Training Center athletes, and then 1 former with Mikey Labs representing the Scarlet Knights in Rutgers, where he coaches now. It was cool getting to hang out with Mikey out there.
Yeah.
It was cool. It's been a while because we got to see him a little bit at the national tournament this year. But with coaching duties, you know, he's pretty busy the whole time. He didn't get to come out and run around town with us. But you got to spend a little more time with him than I did. So how was it seeing Mike?
It was great. Me and Mike, I mean, he got there a little later. His flight got delayed, unfortunately. But then when he did get there, he had a gym that we got to go to because we weren't allowed to go to the Iowa Hawkeye training center. We had to either practice in the arena, which was a little cold, or this local gym Big Game, which was
Yeah.
really sick, honestly.
Big game.
Dude,
did you look at the banners?
oh
hanging up
my
in there? There's
gosh.
some
They
dudes
have
that come
some
out of there.
studs out
Yeah.
of there. Shout out to Big Game Wrestling for letting us use your wrestling room and sauna. Greatly appreciate it. It was huge. It was hot. Me and Mike got down to weight, or I got down to weight on Friday, a little under. He saunaed with me, and you know how Mike is in the sauna. He's a little
He's freaking
he
out.
freaks out a little bit. He's not a big fan of the heat, but when he's wrestling, he brings the heat. So it was a lot of fun. He's funny. He's a good guy, good people, and I love my team.
The Puerto Rican Huskers, they came out of it looking a little busted up.
Dude, the left eyes, both of us. His eye is way worse than mine. I mean, I got 11 stitches, and yeah, that doesn't feel great, but he might have broke his orbital bone.
Mike's
His
whole
eye is like
was
completely
swollen.
like this. He can't open it unless he lifts it up.
It was gnarly. He got smoked. But you know, Mike's tough. He's always leading with his head, so he's used to that kind of stuff. But his eye was completely swollen shut. You couldn't see anything.
Dude, and how tough he is to wrestle through that the whole day. That happened first match.
Mhm.
I mean,
The best part was his last match.
Oh.
The other, I think Mike might have poked him in the eye when they were wrestling. The kid was like complaining, like he stopped the match more than once to talk
Like
to the
4
ref about
times.
his eye. And Mikey's out there scrapping. His is completely swollen shut. He's like, dude, like, come on.
yeah, he's
bro.
like, look at me, bro. Your eyes are fine, but I have one. It was insane.
It was good seeing Mikey again. Liam didn't talk a whole lot about his. He came out in his first matches, wrestled very well. 3 tech falls
Yep.
into the finals. 3
He had a
tech
throw
falls.
this weekend too. It was
He
pretty sick.
was. He was putting kids' feet back, kind of bombing them a little bit in the finals. Wrestled Darian Cruz, who was a national champ
At
NCAA at Lehigh.
Olympian.
In 2017, competed at the Olympics, won some matches.
Yeah, it was in the bronze medal match.
In the bronze medal match at the Olympics, he's won matches in multiple world championships.
Bronze medal match in the world championships as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dude's been number 5 in the world twice now. So Liam snagging that dub over him, getting his first Pan Am title. He won bronze last year. Good to see LC back on top of the podium. All in all, great weekend in Iowa City. And while we were in Iowa City, talked about it a little earlier, Husker baseball freaking holding it down.
Oh my gosh. Me and Coach Manning were talking about this right before I go wrestle in the finals. He's going over the score, telling me how we were up by this much, and then they started coming back, and then we started spanking them, and then we ended up pulling away at the end. And knowing that, one, we were at Iowa, being a Husker, it felt for me a little different, especially being on Team Puerto Rico, definitely the enemy, the super enemy, you could say. But to have them win while we're over there, like it felt great.
It was good.
It's always good to beat Iowa.
We were hanging out at the hotel getting ready to head over for finals, and they had the game on in the hotel. There was people down there wearing Hawkeye sweatshirts and stuff. We're freaking cheering. It was good. It was a good time seeing those boys pull it out.
Yeah, that was a wild game. I think that was Saturday's game, 15-11, to help them finish off a sweep. They got swept last week against Ohio State, so a good bounce back. And they only have one more week of
They're
regular
undefeated
season
at home, yeah.
Yeah, in Big Ten play. Really, I mean, chance of doing that in baseball is very, very tough to do. Second in the conference right now.
It's a tough place to play.
I mean, yeah, they set an attendance record again. I feel like there's like 7,000 fans.
yeah,
7,000
almost 8,000.
fans. In the berms, you can pack them in like sardines in there and bring your blankets out. There was a nice weekend for it as well. And they have only 4 more regular season games. They got tomorrow against Creighton up in Omaha. They've been pretty good out there at Charles Schwab Field. Not only this year, but the year before that and the year before that, winning the Big Ten tournament the last 2 years out there. And then you go up to Minnesota Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then a new season begins. Big Ten tournament play will begin right back at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. And like I said, Nebraska's been pretty good out there, regardless if it's against Creighton or if it's in Big Ten conference tournament play. So exciting to see where they go. And then right across the parking lot there for Haymarket Park, you have the Bullen Stadium, Ronda Revelle Field now. You have the softball team back at it on Friday for regional play. I'm coming off a Big Ten conference tournament championship.
They're the overall 4 seed.
4 seed, yep.
See, I think we should be higher than that.
I think we should be higher too.
I mean, they were number 2 coming in. This is the weird thing. Like RPI is so.
Did DP post the recap of what everyone did?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's interesting because you have some teams who win your conference, some teams who don't. Texas obviously won the SEC, which to give them credit, the SEC conference is loaded. Like baseball and softball is nuts down there. Like you have Texas, you have Oklahoma, Oklahoma
Texas was ranked 7 going into the weekend.
Yes, and they upset a couple teams to get through there. Beat Georgia. Georgia beat Oklahoma, who Oklahoma has been the face of college softball for years now. Obviously, a couple players from Nebraska coming from there. You have them. You have Alabama's having a really good season. A&M's having a solid season. Tennessee's been good. But Nebraska kind of gets the SEC leeway for them with the conference, and Nebraskans would fall into 4, which, I mean, you play who you're going to play at the end of the day, and
we'll take a regional, super regional.
You're still hosting, like exactly like you mentioned. You're
But
still
it's principle. There's no shot. There's no shot.
I still think they're a top 2 team. Like them, I still think it's them in Oklahoma.
We should have taken over number 1.
I mean, then again, like here, I see that, but then it's like I don't think you can punish teams for playing extra games. But then again, 4 I think is kind of crazy.
If you win your extra games, that should count for something. Though.
It should, but I think the whole thing is like those teams who are on the bubble. I think that should help them more. Kind of like with basketball. Like, you know, if you play in your conference tournament, you beat some really good teams, it should help your bubble case. I don't think it should lose your resume. Like Nebraska, they handled business, won the Big Ten. They played some. I mean, Michigan's in the tournament, Indiana's in the tournament, and UCLA. They beat 3 tournament teams, regional teams. Yet they fall to number 4. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's a huge gripe because you're going to end up at home regardless. They're going to be playing some solid teams coming down here. Louisville's going to have a solid season in the ACC. You got Grand Canyon, who has single-digit losses. Then you have South Dakota. Like I mentioned, they have a lot of former high school stars in this area. And then after that, if they win, if the path to Oklahoma City, may have to play Oklahoma State again. And Oklahoma State's a interesting team. Nebraska split the season series with them. And imagine that at Nebraska this time, played them down in Stillwater, won a game there, lost a game there. It could be interesting, but I think regardless, the road goes through Lincoln to get to the Women's College World Series.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I would like to see them a little higher in the rankings, but they've proven, I should say, that it doesn't matter what seed you are. If you're in the number 1 seed, then you're probably going to have a bad day whenever you're playing Nebraska.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean,
we have a good track record.
We have a very good, especially this year. So it kind of gives me a little extra excitement and confidence because I think they have a chip on their shoulder still, and they've been playing like it.
They're able to handle business. Like I said, like they go down 2-0 in that game early and end up winning, outscoring them 7-2 in the final. UCLA's Megan Grant hit the all-time single season record for home runs in a season, 38. I mean, and then her teammate has 33. They're a really good team. I talked about it on Saturday with Tristan. I said, regardless of what happens here, win or lose between UCLA and Nebraska, both these teams are going to go their separate ways and play in a regional, and may not be the last time to see one. And they're both really good teams. And I think that's the biggest part about it as well. Megan Grant also played basketball at UCLA as well. So 2-sport athlete. I don't know, doing one sport in college is tough, but imagine doing 2. Imagine you're a wrestler and then I don't know, played like football. Some of the guys have done that before. I don't know how
we've had one.
Nah.
We've had one.
Yeah, he did it. But like, how do you manage your time doing that? Like, because doing one sport and the time, the commitment to doing it is tough. Imagine doing it in 2 seasons.
That's why he's in the NFL.
Just move to offense.
That's why, yeah, exactly. That's why you make a career out of it. And
over to the offensive side. Mr. Defensive Tackle going.
That's a tough thing to
do.
do.
Going to offensive tackle?
I believe offensive line. And I think he's being he's being able to open the books for it because you're like, hey, it didn't work out where he was going to be, and you're able to switch up on the fly. It's very similar being on that defensive line to offensive line, but he's able to make the quick flip, and I think that's a huge thing for him in his career going forward. So interesting. So yeah, Nebraska softball 5:30 first pitch, approximately on Friday against South Dakota, and then before that 3:00 will be Grand Canyon and Louisville. So I'm expecting a huge crowd. We'll be down there across the board, a couple of us from the ticket, but should be a fun one there. If they win that game, then it'll be a noon start on Saturday. They have first pitch times officially announced. Obviously, it's if they win, all that stuff, because you still got to handle business in the first one. College baseball, college softball is a weird world where upsets happen. We've seen a couple years ago, A&M was one of the top seeds in college softball, and they didn't even make it out of their regional. They got upset. They go 0-2. So you got to handle business, and Nebraska softball has been handling business throughout. So we're going to throw it to our last break, though, but when we come back, we'll continue the show. Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith, all in 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com. Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myinspartners.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Now back to All In on 93.7 The Ticket with your hosts, Caleb Smith and Ridge Lovett.
Welcome back, All In Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith, 937 Ticket, Nick Wyman is here with us. Talking a little bit of basketball during the break. We were talking earlier, LeBron James, you say he's coming back.
I think he's coming back. He's not going out. Okay, here's the thing. You're playing the defending NBA champions without Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves just came back. You needed Luke Kennard to really be that guy in the first round during your first round series. And you're playing the NBA champions who have been, as advertised, they're pretty darn good. I don't think LeBron goes out on a sweep losing to Oklahoma City. If he retires, he's going to have I think he's going to have a retirement tour where it's a big. I know he had that game. He had a game this year in New York where it was kind of felt like maybe that was his last game with. He was going to play at MSG, but I don't see it. He's still playing really good. I don't think he would go out on a 4-game sweep with multiple games being 30-plus point games. I just don't see it. Could he? Yes, I just don't see it. It's kind of like with Aaron Rodgers last year. Aaron Rodgers gets to the playoffs with the Steelers, and there was a couple of interceptions in that game against Houston, and everyone's like, oh, that might have been the last game Aaron Rodgers played. Well, we're sitting here in May, and he still hasn't technically made his decision, but more than likely going back to Pittsburgh. So, no, I do not see this being LeBron's last game in the NBA.
But it could be his last game.
It could be. I just don't.
Could be the last game of the year
with the Sun.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
You think so?
Not that he's gonna retire, but I don't think that Bronny and him will be on the same team.
Oh, you think he could be like traded? They always bring that up every year. I don't, unless he wanted. I know people always throw out the Warriors because him and Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Warriors have that kind of draft capital or like the pieces right now because they're an injured team. They're
struggling.
They're struggling. They're banged up. They're not the Warriors we saw a couple of years ago win the NBA Finals, but I just don't see it. I think he finishes out maybe one more year because he's still putting up numbers. If he was like struggling and kind of, a shell of himself, it's like, all right, because we've seen guys fall off and it's like, all right, your career's winding down. It seems like that's kind of it. I think he still he's 41 years old and he's still putting up pretty solid numbers.
Yeah,
he's scoring 27 points a game pretty much in this series, but it's like, there's only so much one guy can do against a team like Oklahoma City, which is constructed. They had some bad years there. They get SGA in a trade from the Clippers, bring in Alex Caruso. They draft Chet Holmgren. They have a very good group, and they just have so much depth. They bring in Jared McCain, who's made some big plays, got him from the Sixers. And there's only just so much one guy can do, especially when they're an underdog in this series for sure against the OKC Thunder. I just don't see him going out on a sweep as well. It just, I don't know, anticlimactic too. I feel like he's going to retire. You're going to have an announcement probably before the season starts and kind of make it about himself, which, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Regardless of who you think the GOAT is, I hate the GOAT talk and the ring. Like, oh, he's got more rings. I hate that conversation in general.
There's no conversation. It's LeBron James.
That's what I mean. Like Harrison will say otherwise. Harrison still, I don't really care.
I'm going to say no.
I don't. That's what I mean. I don't care. We can sit here. I hate
from North Carolina though.
So that's also why he's in MJ country where you kind of have to be a part of the Michael Jordan.
That would be like treason.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Come on now.
That's like if you're like from like Boston area and you don't think Tom Brady is better than Joe Montana or whatever.
Yeah.
You exactly. You have to agree. If you're in Boston though, it all depends on your perspective. And if you're from North Carolina and you say, oh, MJ is whatever, they're probably not going to let you back. Yeah. That might be the case with Caleb. That's probably why. No, I'm kidding.
Hey,
that's why he's here in Lincoln.
Serious. You don't cross the GOAT. Don't do that.
That's why he's here in Lincoln, Nebraska now. No, I'm kidding, Caleb. You're welcome back home.
He's the GOAT of sneakers. You are correct.
He changed the game of basketball forever, and that's what I consider.
LeBron James is the best player.
3-1 comeback. Yeah, that. Obviously, that was a huge. I remember I was in high school at the time when that was happening, and that was the Warriors Cavs every single year.
Yeah, how many times has LeBron won it? 3 times in a row, though?
He's won a couple of them, but
3 in a row?
He hasn't won 3.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. And then MJ came back. He played baseball for a little bit, too. And
MJ was like, you know what? I'm good enough that I could go play baseball.
And
I'll play basketball.
I always think that's a silly debate just because it's like.
Baseball has nothing.
Hey, Deion did it.
Yeah, Deion was a 2-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a random poll. Remember John Rhines Plumlee? Do you guys know who that is? So he was an Ole Miss quarterback before Jackson Dart. He transferred to Central Florida, couple of years ago, and he was a dual sport athlete in college. We talked about dual sport athletes. He played football. He was a quarterback for Central Florida for a bit, and then he played baseball. So the day of their spring game for Central Florida, he played in the spring game, but he also played baseball that day too. So he threw for like 200 yards in the spring game, and then later that day, he had a triple and a double and a couple RBIs. So that's what Dion did, something like that.
Pretty good.
I mean, imagine, but that's a guy who's like crazy good athlete. Like he wasn't the best throwing quarterback. He was like a running quarterback, but to continue to play college baseball. I mean, James Winston played baseball for a bit too.
Bo Jackson.
See, yeah, as a Royals fan, that's a good shout right there. It's tough to do, especially at such a high level, because like you said,
He was different, running on the wall and whatnot.
He broke the bat over his head too.
Yeah, that was. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how you can do that and just be a human. Do you think you guys could break a bat over your leg?
No.
A wooden bat.
No.
You can't break it.
I might break my leg.
That's what I mean. Like I would hate to try it, because like I don't know if my leg would. And then you're embarrassed of yourself after you strike out.
What do you mean? I'm not going to be able to walk. You can't walk.
It hurt. It would hurt. But yeah, NBA playoffs underway. I don't think it's LeBron's last game, but we have a pretty good one here. Cleveland and Detroit, 38-38 in this one. I'm hoping this is a 7-game series, just because New York already wrapped up their series. And I'm hoping we get a game 7, because like we saw with Boston, Philadelphia, that was a fun game. I mean, depending on
really.
I'm shopping for a new team.
No, I won't.
Just a couple of years removed.
Rich wants to be a bandwagon. It's okay.
I will. Jason Tatum gave up on me.
Jason Tatum gave up on us for sure, but Jaylen Brown didn't.
I don't think
7,
he
you
just
don't play.
complained.
Like, get out of here.
I don't know. But the Sixers also had a crazy game. Tyrese Maxey and company. Joel Embiid was a huge asset. I mean, they're out now. They got swept.
You can't lose at home like that, though.
That is true. I mean, the Boston's done it before, sadly. The Miami Heat, like we mentioned during the break.
I know, but if you're getting paid that much, I don't care who you are. At least try to play.
Win at
Even if you
home.
only play
That's
2
been the mantra of this series so far. Detroit and Cleveland trying to make it game 4. You have the other one tonight, and then the Spurs and Timberwolves. You guys watch that one? Like Victor Wembanyama getting ejected, throwing that elbow.
Yeah.
He's not. It sounds like no other further punishment. Which I mean,
crazy.
A little crazy for a 7'4" guy hit you in the side like that. I mean, we saw Ron Artest do it a couple times during his career, but like
he got in trouble quick.
I mean, yeah, he got tossed out of the game. He got tossed completely. So what a time. So next week, obviously with state baseball coverage here at 93.7 The Ticket, you guys will be out and about, obviously, but we will have you guys back on throughout the summer as we begin. And there'll be a lot to talk about. Husker wrestling.
Yes.
We didn't even scratch the surface. Takedown Tuesday tomorrow, though. We'll talk. You guys will have Harrison here to talk a lot of things going on with the roster. A lot of different news going on. A lot of different news.
Hey, and Liam Cronin also competing again this weekend. Back in action in Kentucky.
Keeps going at it.
Trials.
No weekends off for Liam, it sounds like.
No.
Keeps it going. But Ridge Lovett, Caleb Smith getting out here. Beyond the Lanes with the Bowlers come out next. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.